YouTubers, welcome back to the channel. What a lovely day for a walk in the countryside. I always say that, but it always is. Today I'm not on my own, so you haven't got to put up with this ugly fizzog this week. I've brought someone far prettier with me. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Amy.
Hello.
Now the reason Amy's come with me is because we're going to have a little look at cemetery, and as you know from the past watching my videos, what I know about nature, you can write on a postage stamp and still have room left to lick it. So I thought I'd bring someone with me who knows a little bit more than I do. Mind you, a 5-year-old probably knows a little bit more than I do. So Amy, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I've just always been interested in wildlife, but didn't realise you could study it, I suppose, until I was in my late 20s, early 30s. Somebody had told me when I was a kid you could be an entomologist and you could study insects. I'd have done it.
Really?
Yeah. All car coming.
We're on a busy road, sadly, so we have to keep stopping and letting the traffic go by. So you're actually doing a degree, aren't you now?
I am, environmental studies.
Ah, what does that involve?
So, at the minute we're, I suppose, learning lots of stuff to do with politics, climate change, water systems, carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, methane, that kind of thing.
And I suppose global warming and all that.
And the poor contributors, yeah. Yeah, my last assignment was on the Amazon basin and the different trophic levels and biodiversity that's there.
Ooh. So where are we going today?
Fascinating.
Where are you taking me?
This is Street Cemetery.
Okay.
And I like it. It's been mowed because it's early spring, so it's not quite full, but they let the grass grow in different areas as well. Normally, there's lots of cemeteries and churches that are doing that. I can't remember what the programme's called.
Because I was looking recently, some of the councils are letting their hedgerows, the sides of the roads grow up to encourage wildlife as well by the roadside.
Yeah,
which is a good thing.
It is. It's really good because there's loads of different types of grasses. And with the grasses, you get the grasshoppers and the crickets. So a few years ago, I let my front garden grow. And then you could sit and just listen.
I bet that was nice.
It was beautiful. It's quite funny when you go sit outside to have a sandwich as well, though, because they'd be jumping all over. You can hear the blackbird and the robin.
Which one's the robin?
That one.
That one, over there. See, I don't know the difference. I wish I could tell. I really wish I could.
I get confused sometimes with a few of them because I don't know them enough.
Yeah.
And they've got different, the ones that are in my garden I'm quite good with, but I'm used to hearing those ones, so you know the different calls.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not just their song, it's the alarm call or the call that I'm hungry or that kind of thing.
So is that the chapel over there?
I have no idea. I've never seen it open. There is an inscription on the other side which does say something, but I
Looks
can't
very
remember
Victorian
what.
to me.
It's beautiful. We're going into the older part. Yeah, here you get green woodpeckers quite a lot.
I've seen a great one. When I was
Greatly spotted.
at my mum's.
No.
She has one come in the garden.
Yeah, I did too.
She's one of these lucky people. She had a cat until recently, lovely little chappie called Muffin. And she managed the impossible. She had a bird feeder on her garden, which is really heavily used, and a cat. And I don't think, to my memory, the two have mixed, which is a good thing.
Brilliant.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. My little chaps are and chapesses wouldn't play ball with that.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Mine's mine was okay at that.
I must admit, I would like to apologise if this camera angle's going all over the place. I'm not used to walking with somebody else in shot, so it's a work in progress, this. So if it's all over the place, please just have a nag at me in the comments.
There's your primroses.
These are primroses.
Yeah.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I can safely inform you, these are primroses. Look at that. Do you know, I was in the Abbey yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was shocked how many plants there are, and with flowers on them already. You know, it seems like very short time ago that there was nothing, but now that, I mean, even over there, look, there's blue, purples, there's all sorts of shades over there.
Yeah, they're grape hyacinths, so they're a cultivar, they're not wild.
Oh, they've
But
been
they are
planted.
good for bees.
So when you say cultivar, that means they're planted, they don't just grow there?
Yeah, but it also means it's not a wildflower. So
okay.
it's been, I think it means it's been bred.
Gotcha.
You know, so like your begonias and different things, they'll be very different from the ones that would have come from the wild, like your orchids and different things. Even our daffodils, they're very different from the original.
Yes.
Wood
Pigeon up there.
And a crow. Can hear him.
Also, what those doesn't help is you've got the sun behind us, so we're probably very nicely silhouetted just at the moment.
I'm fine with that.
I'm just going to swap sides. There we go. Get some lighting on it.
So the tree you can see over there, the smallest tree to the right of the, let's call it a chapel.
Yes.
That's actually an apple tree.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
And in the summer, early autumn, when they're dropping, they are huge, really big red apples.
Oh.
Like the kind you'd see in books to do with Snow White.
Oh, I know what you mean, yes.
Yeah, like that.
What are these? My mum used to grow these in her garden all the
Yeah,
time.
they're the grape hyacinths.
I'm not a big fan of blue lias, I've got to say. It gives street its character, I know, but I just think it's very drab.
Yeah, I think it depends. The stuff that's older, because I sold a load ages ago and it's supposed to have come from street quarry, great big thick slabs, and that same colour, but it had like a slate sheen to it.
I just want to have a quick look at the lich gate.
Yeah.
The idea of these was when the coffin was brought into the graveyard, it paused in these gates. Not quite sure why, but they did.
Oh yeah, look, Lichgate Lodge.
Yeah, you often see them on churchyards. As I said, I'm not quite certain why they did it, but I'm sure somebody in the comments could tell us. Obviously it was very Victorian, the whole area looks Victorian to me.
Yeah, nice crow on the way in.
Because people are dying to get in here, you know. Nice view over there. We're looking towards the Mendips in the very far distance, and as you swing round to the left, that'll be the Severn Estuary in the distance. But there's not a lot of high ground around here, and we found a bit of it to walk on. That path looks enticing, going off home there.
You can take that path and you can go all the way out to Sharpham Nature Reserve.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, the same as one of the other walks that we passed. You can, yeah, they all meet up and go around.
Well, maybe once I've got this two-person camera thing going, we could take a longer walk out there and a picnic or something one day.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Go and really explore what's out there. Because it's an absolute, the whole thing's a nature reserve, the levels, isn't it?
Yeah.
So much going on.
Yeah, and because we're not far, we're quite lucky we get to see things that maybe you wouldn't elsewhere.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So they're lords and ladies, which are alliums, I think.
Which are lords and ladies?
These.
Ah, that's lord and lady.
Yeah. Oh, there's the inscription.
Ah, that was one of the Clark families again. The stone was laid by W.S. Clark, chairman of the Street District Council in September 1901.
Yeah, I've never seen it open.
No, It may not even be used anymore. Because some of these, they end up getting used as little tool sheds for the person who looks after the place.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's the apple tree.
Oh, so it is. Did you know that if you have 5 fruit-bearing trees, you have an orchard?
No, but that's good.
Yes.
Typical yew.
Hmm?
Yew trees, they're
Yeah.
always in great health.
Yes. Apparently, I'm told they used to be in churchyards because it's to do with back in the Middle Ages where we had to practice in the butts. And our armies used to beat all the other armies because our archers were so good. But the yew trees, I believe, were one of the sources of the wood.
Okay.
How true that is, I don't know. I could see this camera keeps pointing in all strange directions. Like, God knows what this is going to look like. I do apologise. If you're feeling giddy, I'm sorry. It will get better. As I say, due to lockdown, I've not really worked with anyone else before like this, so
I like the view down there.
it's lovely, isn't it? That's why I wondered about this, because it is a planted avenue of trees, isn't it?
It is.
And you're all slightly leaning that way as well.
Yeah, that's possibly to do with the wind and the sun.
I found out the other day, I always thought if you're out in the woods and you want to know where north is, look where the moss grows. That's not always strictly true.
No.
That's an old wives' tale that I was believing in for many, many years.
But then I think most of the things that, you know, people used to say as a rule of thumb, they didn't know there was exceptions, and I would always find the exception. So they've got ivy. Ivy's really important for the ivy bee.
For the ivy bee?
Yeah.
Didn't know there was such a thing.
Calates, I think. I can't remember the full name.
Okay.
But yeah, they're really beautiful. So these will be what's left over from the ivy flower.
Uh-huh.
But it's supposed to take, I think it's 6 to 8 years before it'll actually flower.
Okay.
So it has to have, you know,
That's quite a long
been
period
around.
of time, isn't it?
Yeah, there's quite a few things like that are like wild. But then the amount of life it supports when it's at that point
Yes.
is huge.
These gravestones here are kind of the middle 90s. But as we go this way, they're going to come more up to date, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
It always makes me wonder when I'm in a graveyard. Some people don't like graveyards, they feel sad, but to me, I find myself wondering, you know, who was this guy? What did he get up to? You know, what did he love? What did he hate? There's so many stories just buried in the ground here that, you know, it's sad.
Yeah, quite a few of these are new. So that's where all the houses are going to go.
They're going to put houses over there, are
In
they?
that field there.
Oh, that's not good. You can see that magnificent row of trees over there. I think if you notice, some of these have sunk, the older ones, see they're sinking. And I think what they do, because the ground's been disturbed, they do this so that the weight, it settles before they level it. Because if they levelled it straight away,
Oh, you'd get a divot.
you get a dip.
Yeah.
I believe
That wouldn't be any good, would it?
You don't want a dip. No. Last one you want a dip. So who got sent to Coventry then? Who did they piss off?
Me and my friends last year were debating whether they'd annoyed someone
Yeah.
or whether
They paid extra to go
yes,
away from the
absolutely,
riffraff.
be on their own.
We have no desire.
There's also a few over there that it looks like there'd be children.
Oh, really?
So yeah, there's quite a lot of children's graves in it.
It didn't seem appropriate with people in there to fly a drone around, so I didn't. They're probably in there tending a grave or something. Or they don't want me
Paying
flying a
their
drone
respect.
over their heads.
Yeah, see the berries on the ivy?
I see the ivy.
Sorry.
Oh yes, I see the berries. Yes,
Yeah.
gracious, look at that.
So there'd have been flowers last year.
It takes them that long to transform.
Yeah, I mean, what's left of them? A lot of them would have been eaten.
Because this is quite nice in here. It's kind of untouched, isn't it?
Yeah.
This piece of ground here. And we have a dangleberry, ladies and gentlemen.
There's a car coming.
And a car coming. So this is, across here is the Sharpham estate, isn't it?
Yeah, to the left you'll be able to see Sharpham Park coming up just amongst the trees.
Yeah. I don't think
So if you look straight ahead, you can see a bit of a water tower.
Yes.
That's the water tower as you enter Mere.
Into Mere. Oh, right.
So from there to the left really is nature reserve.
That's right. Now, just as across the fields there, another YouTuber and I, he had a coracle, and we were driving around looking for somewhere to float his coracle, and found it. And because I've walked, there's a lovely walk you can do across here from the street road by the causeway,
Yeah.
and walked across there, and you come out by some lakes which are kind of over in that direction.
Yeah.
He put his coracle out on one of those.
They're ace coracles, aren't they?
They're excellent.
Now I don't know what this is, because this will be an umbellifer. But a lot of them along here are wild carrot.
Oh.
So umbellifers are what people call, well, we used to call it up north Mother's Dye. Down here they call it cow's parsley.
So what are these, this white stuff over here is?
It's hawthorn.
That is hawthorn, is it?
It is.
Okay. So where are these cars going? They're all going to the...
Well, they'll be going to the other estate,
Yeah.
or you can get to the bypass that way.
Oh, can you get through?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah, so you
know.
follow this round and it comes out by the park. So yeah, that's Sharpham Park. Over there.
Sharpham Park over there. Today already, I mean, we've just been for a 5-minute walk, and the stuff I've seen that I would have walked past and not known what it was, absolutely brilliant. As I say, really sorry, the camera work in this video is going to be appalling.
Goosegrass.
Hmm?
Goosegrass, cleavers. And again, I've forgotten the Latin for it.
That looks like the stuff that sticks to you.
It is. Sticky balls, sticky willy, sticky John. I can't remember the other common name. Yeah, that's why you get taught Latin names, because there's too many different common names depending on where you are. But I had that the other day out my garden in salad. It's quite nice.
This is, I've got stuff like this growing in my garden.
That's what you get your blackberries from.
Is it?
It's your bramble.
The bramble, is it? Yeah, so I've got plenty of that in my garden.
Good. All we need then is to find someone with apple trees and you can make apple and bramble pie.
Oh, yes. Well, that was a fascinating walk. Thank you so much for that. We will be doing more of these, and hopefully by then I'll have had the camera work sorted out, because...
So I mind the tree.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we'll call it a day there. Please, again, I apologise for the shaky camera work. Because, as I say, I'm not used to this, and I've got to find a way of doing it properly. Hopefully the sound, we've got the sound well and truly nailed, and you'll hear everything we're talking, and we're not doing this. Which would be very, very embarrassing. But we're not doing that, hopefully. I did have a look earlier on, and there was a thing going up and down, which is a good sign. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. You will be seeing Amy again, and she'll be telling you loads and loads more interesting stuff that I don't know anything about. But for now, it's been excellent this afternoon. I've learnt a load. Thank you, Amy, for coming out. It's been so kind of you. I've really enjoyed your company, and I've learnt a lot. Don't forget, do the old like, subscribe, push the buttons and all that other bloody rubbish that we ask you to do every week and you never do. But if you get a chance, do it. In the meantime, it's been great. Have a good one. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.